Hi guys, my name's Chromejake and I'm here today to bring you a very special overview video of a game called Catacomb Kids. Yes indeed, as you can see with a alpha at the top, this is very much an alpha version of a game that was released in 2015, February no less, of 2015, developed by a, I believe it's a very small team or a singular person called FourbitFriday. And while this game is in alpha, now it's actually progressed a year, I've had my eye on it since it was pretty much announced, and I thought it was time to give it a little look, and I played a few hours, and I've had a lot of fun with this. It's quite clear that the game is not finished and not complete, but hopefully if more people sort of recognise that this exists and I want to keep their eye on it for when it's actually released, or if they think they're going to get enough play out of it now, well, that's what this video is for. So let's start a new game and talk about what this is. As is the vein with many games these days, this is a roguelike. Possibly roguelite would be the better term, but it's actually a real-time strategic platformer. Now, I know, guys, you might be turned off by the idea of platformer and roguelite, but believe me when I say that the reason this game is so amazing to me is the fact that it keeps those complex interactions that you will find with the simple mechanics of a roguelike, and that's the bit that really that's the bit that got my interest. You know, the actual interactions themselves, very, very complex, very interesting, actually does feel like a real-time roguelike in a great many respects. So we are kids in this. As you can see, we can currently select from 3 different classes. We can select from the bully, who is more your physical brawler. We select from the wanderer, who's a bit like your ranger. Basically, they'll have vision items, possibly a map, possibly some awesome boots equipped at the beginning to get them running around. And we've got the poet, who's effectively a magic user. For the purpose of this, let's go simple. Let's take the bully into the game, and then the game will present you with a group of randomly generated kids that you can bring into the main game with you. Now, if we go back out, we can keep randomly generating. All right. So far, at the moment, at this stage in alpha, there's nothing to stop me from doing this. Okay. Now, also notice that you see on the left there, I've got my sort of main statistics. I've got my strength, defense, speed, magic, intelligence, and look, I can't quite remember what intelligence does. Magic is your core magical stat. This isn't D&D. Intelligence does something slightly different. And as you can see, I've actually got plus bonuses on the side of those stats. So my strength is 1 to 4 with a plus 0. My defense is 1 with a plus 3. My speed is 2 with a minus 1. Now, I believe not only are our stats somewhat randomly rolled, you can also see that I've got 3 health and I've got 3 magical powers there. Not only are our stats magically rolled, but we're also equipped with various different magical gear that you can see just in the center of the screen there. And I believe that's what gives us the pluses and bonuses on our core stats. Could be wrong about that, but I don't think I am. And as you can see here, we also have traits. So he's good with daggers, which means he starts off with additional abilities to use, combat abilities with daggers. He's poised. He hates hammers, so he's bad with those, and he's a messy eater, and that's something we'll talk about a bit later as well. Now, I quite like the look of her. She's not really a Triss Roding. She's not really got a lot of speed, but she's got 1 speed, so it's not too bad. I like the defense, though. So Sledgehammer of Force, good chainmail, that's good, and a shield. Now, the shield's interesting because it means that instead of dodging, we bring up a shield, and that's got me into trouble several times where I'd have preferred to have dodged. Okay guys, we're now actually back in the game. Apologies, we're not actually Triss Roding, we're actually a character now called Christine Willem. I had a little problem where I was actually trying to record. Well, let me explain. One of the little quirks that I was going to go into a bit later in this whole thing is the fact that in Catacomb Kids, we picked up a potion, so we'll carry that around in our back pocket for now. But one of the interesting things about Catacomb Kids is that for some reason it's locked into 50 FPS, and I thought, oh, that's a bit odd. That's a very odd thing to record in as well, and record for YouTube, so I thought, oh, there's a leveling orb. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm just going to stick around while I explain this. So 50 FPS, yeah, so that's a very odd frame rate to record in for YouTube, so I thought, you know what, I'll record in 30 and I'll lock the frame rate to 30 to make sure that the video doesn't stutter on the recording. Having done so, I learned that by doing that, the game requires 50 FPS for the interactions to work. Oh, okay. So there's a little oddity that maybe the developer will sort out in the near future. A little interesting. And apparently my torch has gone out. I did not know that happened, so can I relight that on the flame? That's an interesting interaction there. So anyway, so here's my character. We can see I've got all my stats. I've also got a skill grid, which of course you can add new skills to level up, which is all very interesting. I've got my equipment, runic chainmail, halberd of heat, so one would presume that that is a fiery halberd, and just average shoes. So my aim of the game is to explore the dungeon and basically keep going deeper. Now you can see here, I've got this door in which I came through. Now I can go through that door again, and I can go through an alternate path. All very interesting, but I'm not going to do that at the moment. In fact, I'm going to drop my torch, and I've just realised there are some poison... Huh. Well, I don't know quite what got crushed there, but... There we go. We'll just take care of the bat and the mushroom, because I really don't want to get poisoned just at the moment. Beautiful. Right. Let's just take care of these mushrooms down here. So as you can see, it is so far so similar to any platformer. Right, I'm just going to get this orb. It's actually quite interesting I got this so soon. Pick it up, hold on B to use, and now I can level up my core stats. I think I'm probably going to level up strength, but the interesting thing about the way the stat system works is that you level up a stat, you then have an ability to level up another stat, or you can get a special ability for that attribute. So, roll bash and attack while holding an item to pounce on foes, which is interesting. Or heavy lifting, which I'm probably going to take. So I can grab and throw enemies, so I can basically grapple them and throw them, or I can also grab things like huge stones, which we'll get to later, which I can set up more interactions with. Now I found a second potion here, and a rat who's dead because he got crushed by the stompy thing up there. So I'm going to take the pink potion. I've now got a pink potion and an orange potion. You can only carry 2 items at a time, and we have another bat, which is very irritating. There we go. Fortunately, the rat is sitting on the pressure plate, so the crushy thing is no longer coming down onto our heads, which it... Ooh! I landed on spikes! And that's how quickly you can die in Catacomb Kids. So, hey, let's start again, shall we? Let's take... don't really want him. Clumsy and loud. Well, we're not going to be sneaking up anything, but let's try Hans Mills. Right, here we go. Let's try this again, shall we? So we have a green slime here, that's good. Though I really wanted that green slime ball, it just dropped. And here's... they're basically orcs, I can't quite remember what they're called, we'll find out in just a moment. But they have their own ecology, they will go after monsters themselves, and as you can see, he's actually running away because I killed it. Well, you know, I did some heavy damage to him. So that's interesting. And we don't want to fall on spikes again. No, thank you. And as you see, we're like torches on the way. Now, I'm going to pick up this potion. I'm going to put it in my back pocket. And every so often, you will see flashing on the screen some details about that potion sort of appearing on the screen. Now, it looks like... Right, so... Whoops. Let's try and get this right, shall we? Just take down that mushroom there, and we shall level up. But you'll see some details about the potion. So, in other words, the potions in this are all randomly... Fuck. Yeah, okay, there were spikes there. If you keep moving, I could have seen the pressure plate. That was actually on me. So we're nearly dead. That's a fantastic start. So, you know what? Let's increase our defense and hope to crap that will actually save us. Disarm foes when your weapons clash or attack just before being hit to do a strong parry. I think we'll do dire block.
I'm the best.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. You notice that your blue potion is cool to the touch. Okay, so that's a very interesting thing. So potions are usually either cool or warm, and if we learn anything else about it, that might give us a hint as to what this potion actually is. But of course, because it's randomly determined every single game, I really don't want to risk drinking it. Hello. Right, we'll just kill that bat before it does anything untoward to us. We've got some piranhas in the pool, which I don't like all that much. Can we go up, please? Thank you. Now, come on, and it didn't drop anything. Alright. So this game, it is all about survival in these catacombs. And in fact, the bullies have been tossed down here because they're too nasty to be left in society. So I can pick up this bat. Oh, you notice your blue potion is a thick, slow-moving liquid. Now, I can't remember what that does, but I think the best course of action would be to throw that potion at an enemy and see what it does. But anyway, I'm going to eat this bat. Why have I regenerated? I've actually regenerated health, and I'm wondering why. Have I got an item that I didn't know about? Venomous chainmail? Could it be that... No, venomous. I don't know why I regained health. I missed that. I'll have to look that up later. But effectively, I can eat to eventually give me back some... Fuck. This is going so well. To eat. Now, I should have looked at the... When I picked it up, it would have told me that that was diseased slime. And that is entirely my fault. Yeah, as I'm explaining this game, it's all basically going wrong. But basically, I can eat 5 things, 5 creatures, to gain health back. Now, if I eat 5 of the same thing, like 5 green slimes, I will increase my maximum health. You feel weaker. Oh, God. But there's another thing on top of that. I'm just going to... Yeah, my strength is going down. Let's eat and hope that our strength returns. We're still taking damage from all of this. But it's also other interactions, like, for instance, if you find a campfire. If you hurl the item onto the campfire, you can cook it, and you'll actually get additional benefits. I can't actually just clean knock this over. I can't remember. No, you have to actually throw. In fact, the sickness is upon us again. I'm going to just throw the potion at it to demonstrate, because we're not going to be alive for very much longer. But you can actually knock over torches with thrown items. And believe me, fire bloody hurts, lads. It bloody hurts. I'm going to see if that potion's still intact. It's not. Oh, yeah, it is. Great. I still want to hurl that at an enemy. Now, we can actually get some health back from eating that bat, which is wonderful. And I think we might still be diseased. I'm not entirely sure. We found some more mushrooms, but there's the exit from... I've just poisoned myself as well. That's great. Anyway, we're going to go into the second floor of the catacombs. Like I say, this place is lethal, and if you're not paying direct attention, it just absolutely kills you. Absolutely kills you, but that's part of the challenge of the game. So it's sort of got a bit of a Spelunky vibe, but I would say that the actual actions in it are actually probably even more in-depth than Spelunky. So, as I say, it's a very interesting prospect. Now, this guy, this Grumble, I can look at his corpse now and see what he's got. He's only got a pair of shoes, which are exactly the same as mine, and he's got a cuirass that is less strength. So, quite frankly, this Grumble means nothing to me, and I could also pick up a sharp spear.
About time.
No, I feel better with my axe right now. And I'm gonna kill more of these slimes and hope I get more to eat, because my health really is not happy right now. No, bat, save me! Oh, I need one more piece of food. Well, you know what, Grumble, your time has come. From this point onwards, I'm going to see if I can actually get 5 green slimes, though the likelihood of me surviving this run... Ooh, I did not see you coming. Okay. And he landed on my head and killed me. So yes, you can actually jump on things to kill them. I think we're going to have one last run. I'm not really showing off a lot of the interactions yet, which is a shame. I think let's try Wanderer. I'm going to try Wanderer for a bit. Yeah, stylish, curious, magical map. I like it. Let's give this a go. So now the problem is, because we've got a magical map in our back pocket, so if I pick up this potion, I've actually got to basically carry the magical map, so I'll have to drop it, deal with the fiends, and then go and pick up the map again, which is a little awkward. And we've also found a magic book, so perhaps I can learn a spell. That'd be interesting. So we've actually, you can see in the bottom right here, we've also got learning points, and learning points determine how much you can do per level, and I think there are other ways to get those, I'm not entirely sure. Wizard throw, so... Discovered accidentally when attempting to summon a purple tortoise. Right, so we can throw enemies. Now you can see I've got, in the lower left of the screen, I've got 2 purple energy bars, so I can use this spell, which is a good thing. I can't use any of those, so really, I'm just going to learn Wizard Throw. And I now have this spell mapped to one of my buttons, which is great. So let's carry on. Piranhas are very deadly. We don't want to screw around with piranhas. You can also do other things, like if you hold down to duck and jump, you can do a bit of a high jump, which is good to know. And there is a tutorial in the game that does lead you through most of this, and if you roll and jump, you get a bit more... Oh, shit! Oh, God, how did I avoid that? I have no idea. Have a map! No, I've lost my map! Why did I do this? Right. And, you know, you can also do a dodge roll here, so I can get behind. And, oh, did you see that? Did you see that? He outjumped me! What a bastard! One last run. So yeah, the runs on this are quick and bloody brutal. Right, magical map, curious of hit. Yeah, sure, we'll take this guy. Absolutely brutal, guys. And it's one of those games where I think it would be hilarious, you know, when it's finished, to do a series or even just some streams of this game and see how far you can actually get. And there is actually a versus mode. I don't know if there's going to be a 2-player mode or other multiplayer features. We'll have to look at that in a bit. Now, unfortunately, this character is loud, so I can't sneak up on enemies very easily at all, which is a shame. We're going to take this and perhaps throw it at anything that he's throwing at. Like the bat, for instance. And then we're going to jump on it and kill it, which is beautiful. So being loud, whenever I fall down from a high place, I make noise, as was evidenced just a moment ago. What are we going to level up? I feel like I wanted to level up strength, but that's not really possible. Perhaps magic? Maybe we'll go for a bit of a magic user, though our magic's really not high. So, what does this do? So, intelligence, identifying items, see further in energy regen, which perhaps ties into identifying potions. And we're actually quite intelligent, though. I quite fancy... Looks nice. I don't know what the look skills are. In fact, let's have a look at look, because I don't know what the skills are. So corpses leave behind more and better loot. I like that. Well-wished. Getting lucky, or descending, slightly restores HP and spells. I'm going to take second hand and see if we can come up with anything decent. We've also found a potion, so I'm gonna take the potion and not throw my map away on this run. I've dried off. That's probably a very good thing. Hey! As you can see, I'm loud. Now, you can also roll out from crevices and then jump up at the last moment, which is handy. And also, we have rocks here. Rocks will break wooden bridges. You can stand on them, so you can make walkways for yourself. And of course, they'll kill anything they land on, which is also quite cool. What's it? What's in the chest? We got some gold. And a clean cuirass. Okay, can we actually see what our cuirass of heat does? The cuirass is average. It may briefly burn foes. And what does the clean cuirass do for us? It does... This cuirass is average. It glistens in the dark. Ah, interesting. Very interesting. Okay, let's get in here before we're poisoned. Can I actually use the magical map? Is it actually a usable item? It is, and that reveals the entire level. Interesting. Now, there was a bit back there that I hadn't explored, but in fact, I'm curious to... Oh no, just spikes. So we'll just carry on to the next level of the catacombs. But, you know, you can do all sorts of things, like knocking a torch onto an enemy. You know, I could pick up that slime, for instance. And if we, you know, there are traps that will descend and crush you. So if I actually put this slime and I carefully put it on the, well, I say carefully. If I just sort of dropped it on the pressure plate and got the hell out of dodge, then the slime would actually glue up the falling trap, and I wouldn't have to deal with it anymore because they do reset after they've actually been set off. So yeah, now I've not seen what this potion does yet. Oh, so the potion is warm and swirling. Now I can't remember what that does. So basically, the descriptions of the various potions will persist from game to game. Oh, and apparently I need to eat something. So basically, I didn't get another green slime fast enough, so I've lost what was in my stomach. I've digested it. That's just unfortunate, and that's something they added, I believe, in one of the last patches. So yeah. Oh well, let's see if we can get some purple slime. That would be great. Increase our magic a bit, I believe. I think that's what it does. Ooh, and that slime tried to jump at me there. We won't be having that, will we? No, sir. And let's carry on. And there's all sorts of other neat things you could do with magic and everything else as well. I don't have spells on this character. Thought I did. That was the last one that, you know, already died. That's fair enough. You know, you could jump off the mushrooms. Ooh. A magical spellbook. Speak of the devil. Die. And as you can see, I've just completely and utterly crushed the bridges with the rock. And as you get further and further into the game, you'll just discover interactions that are like, whoa, I was not expecting that, which is what any good roguelike should be doing. And then that's in your toolkit. You can use those to your advantage. Now, the game isn't finished. As I said, you can go on any of these stats and you can click them and, you know, you can get your perks to choose from. So far, implemented in the game, there are only 2 levels of perks. There are... I believe, if I've actually seen the roadmap and I've looked at it correctly, there are going to be ultimately 6 levels of perks, maybe more. Also, you can level up your classes. So currently I'm a Wanderer, and then you can take those classes to higher and higher levels. And I think there are 3 levels planned, but I think past the 2nd class, it doesn't really give you anything yet. So a lot of this stuff has not been implemented. There are other areas, other sort of biomes to explore, if you will. I'm actually going to upgrade my strength here, and I'm going to probably get Pounce. Should be an interesting one. So let's read our Book of Magic. And it's the same book, of course, so we're just going to take Wizard Throw and be done with it. That's fine. What does that look like? Yep, so basically it's a massive hand that effectively punches things. Unfortunately, until we recharge the spell, you can only use it a certain amount of times. And there are ways and means to recharge spells, and there's a teleport trap there. Oh, and that rat has turned invisible and has stolen my potion, you little shit. And there goes the, yeah, there goes the dude. So, screw you, guys, screw you. Now, I'm just going to drop this potion. Right, so that was a potion of flame, so I've just set whatever that was, probably a slime or a rat on fire. And as you can see, jumping off the mushrooms, very good if you want a height advantage. Though I'm currently getting poisoned. Don't like getting poisoned. I'm going to have to eat stuff. Alright, so this guy here is just having a go at this bat. He's not actually seen me yet. But he will try and follow me. Whoa! He will also try and jump off me. You know, all sorts of stuff in this combat. Now, he's actually trying to run away, but he's run straight onto the spikes, but he was trying to get help from a friend, which could have ended very... Ooh, crap, very poorly for me. Yeah, so you need to be careful with your rolls. Apparently, if you roll into something... This guy's got some decent armor. I can't... Either I'm getting very unlucky, or he's got some decent armor and I can't do any damage. I know he could be poking me up in the feet there, but he didn't. What have you got on you, sir? Oh, a good smooth stick. I like that. Lowers my defense a bit, but I will equip that. And I'm going to see... Actually, there's no fire around, because I really want to... Well, we need some health. So we'll actually eat that, and then... Look, there's a Skelly Bob. We've eaten the flesh. Yeah, apparently, Catacomb Kids are voracious eaters. And it's just stunning. And a polished plate mail. Yeah, sure. Whatever. I like that. That's fine. Have you got anything else for me? No, I'm good. I'm good. Alright, let's jump up here, do a high jump. I think... Yep, and here's the end of the dungeon. I found the leveling bit, didn't I? Oh, there's a book of magic down in the piranhas. Now, if I had a potion of lightning or something, I could electrify that entire pool and just get rid of the piranhas. If I had an item... Why is there a trap? Oh, that's the teleport trap. Interesting. Now, if I had an item called the Hollow Star... And this ties into our spells, I could use the Hollow Star to suck up the essences of things. So if I could suck up the flames on the torches, or I could kill the piranha, very easy way to do it incidentally, and get basically dark essence, or if I suck up the torches, I get fire essence. And that essence will recharge the amount of uses of my spells. And let's carry on until we die, shall we? Let's carry on, and we'll end the video on my next death, which will not be too far off. Ooh! Yeah, this guy's... He's really going for me here. And if I had a sword, or if he had a sword, you can do things like your weapons can clash. You can get into a, contest of strength. All sorts of different things can happen. Let's see what have you got? Nothing that need concern me. Though we've got a lot of grumbles here, so I'm hoping that if I can actually just get through here, sneakily and stealthily. So if that guy goes up and this one... So if the guy on the platform goes up and this guy can turn his back at the right moment, would be great, because I don't want to take these guys on, not together. That could hurt. Right, I'm just gonna sneak. And we got another dude who I'm gonna... Oh! That was foolish! Don't do that! Okay, I'm in trouble. Oh! Okay, that was Corpse of Vorik Frank. So was this a boss? Potentially. He's a named mob. Anyway, well, he's a named mob that's about to be eaten. We haven't found any campfires on this run, so I cannot show you the cooking system, which is incredibly in-depth. You know, I was really very surprised. Good shot spit, I like it, but... At the moment, I just need food. And right now, they are my food. Let's just put that down for a minute. Let's rattle this chest, see what we get. Looks a bit pat, to be perfectly honest. So now I've noticed that if I put the potion in my back pocket, that seems to be what I identify first. I've not noticed myself identifying potions if they're in my main hand. Don't know if that's a feature, but it could be. Now, has this already gone off? You see this red thing above me and this blue thing? Normally there'll be a tripwire between those, and then suddenly, after a moment, the entire area would just go up in flames, and you'd probably die. So the incubator... Oh, crap, I've never seen that before. I've never seen an arrow on floor 2. In fact, I've never seen an arrow. But yeah, anyway, so... Like I say, if you want a challenge, if you want a good dungeon running game of survival, of roguelike interactions, and believe me, oh, there's a campfire. I just seen to the bottom left of my body, there is actually a campfire there. I could have maybe done some cooking. But, you know, of interactions, of enemies with ecologies, it looks like this is a game that I want to watch. This game appeals to me, and, you know, I want to get through it, I want to survive, I want to get better at it. Yeah, that's Catacomb Kids, guys. So if you're interested... Put it on your Steam watch list. You know, if you think there's enough content, I could not tell you how many floors there are to actually explore right now. Because I know there are some bosses included at the moment, but I've only been down to, I think, about floor 3 before I've been killed, and that's in a few hours of play. I think I've spent 3 or 4 hours so far. So maybe I'm just shit at this game. Who knows? But at the same time, I'm having fun, and that's the main thing. So, Catacomb Kids, give it a look. I can't remember how much it is on Steam. It might be a little pricey just at the moment. You might want to look out for it in a sale. Don't know if that's going to happen, but keep a lookout for it, or at the very least, keep tabs on it, and when it's released, maybe it's something you want to dive into. So thank you very much indeed for joining me, guys. Great health, good gaming, and I shall catch you on the next video. Goodbye for now. Na 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 Alpha!